Alright, now let's go to chapter 2 on the system development approach. As we know in the system as design, the approach is focused on the IS, on the information system. So here, the approach here are the approach to develop information system. First, we recall back what is SDLC, System Development Life Cycle. Okay, in any system development, first we need to identify identify the problem that we need to solve, what we want to build, and then plan and monitor the project. We need to do a business plan. We need to do what we call Gantt chart. Later you will learn on how to do Gantt chart. Gantt. TT. Gantt. G. Gantt chart. Gantt chart consists of time. The time it can be divided either weeks or months, and then followed by the phases of the development. Let's say we start with the phases of requirement analysis, then followed by system development and so on. So there will be the Gantt chart, and the Gantt chart contain the timelines in order for us to plan and monitor the project. Okay, in analysis, furthermore, in SDLC also we need to understand the details of the problem and then design the components that solve the problem that has been identified, and then build, develop, coding, test and integrate system components. As if we build a big information system, we separate the tasks to our group members a bit by bit, and then last we combine. And then we integrate, then complete system test and deploy or implement the solution. Mainly we focus on only two. There's another approaches, but for the subject we focus on two: agile development and iterative development. As the name implies, agile development is flexible. The keywords is flexible. So if I ask in the exam question or in the quiz, agile development, as long as your explanation have the keywords flexible, then that's explain the agile approach. Okay. Then the iterative development approach is repeated in repetition. We develop a mini project, not a prototype. Prototype is before that. Okay, we develop it, prototype we show, and then complete project. And then we repeat after that to refine and add more features until completely satisfied. Okay, both of these iterative and agile SDLC, okay, both the core process here, especially during the first iteration, we identify the problem. The first meeting or the first cycle, okay, we think about more on the problem. And then the second one, we will be less to find the problem. Plan and monitor project will be throughout the project. Okay, throughout the iterations. Discover and understand the details up to the fifth iteration. The last one, we do not understand anymore. It's already complete. We don't need to understand anymore. The design system components. Also, the last one, build, test, and integrate system components. Okay, first, it's not really clear what are the problems that we identify. Therefore, we don't do much. We do much after the third and fourth iteration. A lot of programming, a lot will be involved in the next phase because we cannot do everything at one time. So we need to do it step by step. So at this part, we'll be doing more on development, designing, development will be a lot here. Then that's why it's complete and test. Test we do it several times also. Now in Malaysia we have Malaysia Testing Board (MTB). If you like to find it there. Every system developer must be follow certain standards until it can be released. But we can release it actually for another common use. But let's say a system is crucial for security purpose, then they need to have certain standard. Why need a standard? We were doing several tests. So whenever we do the test, we can find the bug from the system and we can fix them. The purpose is to help. Okay. Okay, I think this one, let's read the main points. So, speaking the process. Okay, this is explained in the more structured way on one by one, system planning, system analysis. Okay, system planning, we request system request to begin the process and describe problems or the desired changes. Purpose of this phase is to perform a preliminary investigation. This is a critical step. This is the part where a client and customer can get misunderstanding at this part. Then a key part of preliminary investigation is a feasibility study. Okay, system analysis. Now come our role for the subject, system analysis and design. We build logical model. One of the main model is use case model. Perform fact-finding techniques. Build business models, data and process model. How are the flows from the component to another component, and the objects. In object-oriented, right, we can define programming structure in terms of object also. And also we also discuss about deliverable in the system requirement document. So here we start the documentation, system analysis. We proceed documentation with the system design. Create physical model that satisfies the documented requirement previously. Then we design user interface here. In HCI class, we tried to design sketch already, right? So those are among of the steps in system analysis and design. Then we identify what are the outputs, what are the output first, what do client want first, what the customer want first, what the shareholders want, and the input, what kind of data we want to key in, and the process. Deliverable of the system design specification. And then management and user involvement is critical. Management could be stakeholders or our boss. Then we implement it. New system is constructed, is developed. Then programs are written and then tested. System is installed at the implementation phase. Deliverable is a completely functioning and documented information system. Documentation is important. That will be the evidence. Okay, we discuss this kind of model, and then we sign. We agree on it already. The next meeting, client say, no, I want this change. No, you signed it already last time. We already agreed on this. Otherwise, it will be a never-ending discussion. And then system support and security. A well-designed system must be secure, reliable, maintainable, and scalable. We can test this. Most information system need to be updated or replaced after several years of operation. Maybe due to the Google Chrome, like Google Chrome now cannot use with the Windows XP. I'm still using Windows XP, so they cannot use anymore. Cannot update. So security is not good. And then HTML, so until up HTML5 now. If the systems 10 years ago, the one confirm need to be updated. Object-oriented analysis. I think you can read this also. It's also related to copy that you can imagine it based on object-oriented in C++. Okay, agile method. Okay, two example of agile method, Scrum and Extreme Programming. I mentioned previously Extreme Programming. Analysts, we as analysts should understand the pros and cons of any approach before selecting a development method.